and over my shoulder, I casted something. I can't remember what.
Yeah, the only time I think I actually helped someone was Greg, and that was in the cave. Um, when the vines took his trying to take his sword, and he was going with them.
Yeah, but after that fight, whatever we see, if it's evil, we're freaking killing it.
Yeah, that's
Alright, I got the
that's
stream back
cool.
up on going again, but it looks like I'm just gonna straight take down what's already been up, just so there's not confusion. Alright. So, you pull him over to camp, or what you want to make out is the little camp area. And in the process of doing so, you look him over, he seems to be almost all of his life force drained out of him. Greg is half hobbled over, and he's looking pretty undoing. You want to do anything?
I feel like all Greg needs is a long rest too, because he was throwing everything at this guy. Our cleric is fine. I
think it's best everyone gets a long rest just so that they get all their buffs and benefits back.
Yeah.
So do you guys wish to make camp?
Sure.
Yeah, we might as well. But we also have Dagon engorging himself.
Wish I kind of wished I got the final stand so I can give Dagon the damn heart as a token of my appreciation for Dragon Golark.
I don't know. I mean, that thing, like, we didn't, like, he just kind of, that Nightwalker just kind of dissolved into nothing.
He got Thanos snapped by radiant healing magic.
Yeah, the freaking vessel body right now, Dagon is just devouring.
Oh, food! So, as you are currently the only one up and awake, as everyone is just out cold due to mental exhaustion, you take out a couple adventure kits from Golark's inventory, get yourself a nice campfire up and going, steady blaze, heating up the what little areas around you.
Yeah, and I do draw a magic circle in the ground and start charging up potions.
All right. So you do so.
But, like, circles have like key points on them. I'll just put each potion on those points, and then I like. Now that I got base camp set up, I can rest.
Yeah. So as you lay down and you rest your head on what equipment you have laid out for cushioning, probably your jacket of some sorts, maybe a bedroll. You lay back, close your eyes as your head just lightly throbs a little bit just due to sheer migraine forming from all the adrenaline pumping. Go ahead and make me a charisma saving throw.
Ooh, 16.
Okay. What all does Eustace think of when the word family comes to mind? And if you say Dom Toretto, I'm gonna kill you.
Well, he doesn't really, like, he's been seafaring for so long that he doesn't really like his family is very few and far between. Um, he comes from like a fishing like an old fishing town.
Mm-hmm.
His family made like set up shop in a harbor. They kind of had to keep up with the fish trade. That's how they made their money.
Right.
After he decided to go on like voyages in order to bring back whatever he could, be it food, supplies, anything for the family, he didn't see a lot of them.
So, if you were to come up with something that he would identify as family, what would it be?
Well, I mean, it would probably be like the closest thing that he would have is like it would be like a rainy day at the harbor, and he'd be in a nice warm cabin or something, and his family would they're they're not wearing like anything fancy. They're just wearing like harbor clothes, and he had he had a wife and two daughters,
Okay.
and they kind of dreamed of being seafarers themselves. Of course, if you know anything about history, women were banned from pirate ships.
For the most part, at least.
Yeah, so the captain, knowing this, gave them kind of disguises, if you will, because if women wanted to be part of pirate ships, they dressed like guys.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, that's how he said like if they wanna join him on his voyages anytime, they're gonna have to be incognito.
Fair enough.
It was kind of it was his way of entertaining them.
So, you find yourself in a very unusual cabin. One that you're not particularly familiar about, but one that is nice and cozy and doable. It appears to be of some sort of cottage that you could easily make out to be something of one of your fellow seafarer folks. Maybe they just let you rest up for the night or something of the nature. Currently laying in a mixture between like pelt and wool and straw made bed. And amongst this, you see several dresser drawers and a couple paintings, a few trophy heads amongst the wall of like deer, a couple of pretty decent sized swordfish just for added decoration. And you can hear a decent amount of commotion going on outside. From what you can listen in and eavesdrop on a little bit, you can make out basic work just out of harbor.
Okay.
What do you wish to do?
Well, logically, I'd wager that the captain just wants to kick back and relax, take a breather, because like this is one of the things like he probably thinks that he just got back from a really hard fishing day, and he just wants to relax and listen to the sounds.
Okay. Go
They'll
ahead and
get
make me a
up.
perception check.
All right. Great. I think Okay, 12.
Well, and then plus your perception? Or is that with mods?
Let me check here. So my passive perception is 11, like passive whiz perception.
Yeah.
But I can check my skills just to see if I got anything else. +1, so it's actually 13.
Okay. So, from what all you can actually make out as you lay back, kind of cross your arms behind your head a little bit, and just lean, you can make out a decent amount of the commotion, like, "Oi! We need those crates over on this ship over here! What you doing, you fucking donkey? Wrong ship! Howdy, Captain! On you! What do you think you're doing with that sack of potatoes that are red? What are you doing? No! Put it down! Put it down! Put it down! Alright. Now grab the other one. The other one. The other one. There you go. Now take that one on ship, you fucking behemoth donkey. Yeah, I don't know how Captain does it these days. Yeah. And you just hear him start muddling something in Dwarvish. Alright! What you mean he's trying to play pranks on me? The hell you think this is? Making dragon sounds. Boss? What are you talking about? You gone mad or something? Do you not hear that? No, boss. Yeesh, I guess I am going mad. No, wait a second. Now I do. And right as you're trying to piece together, they hear sounds of dragon or something along the lines, you begin to hear a very, very faint, just like, to you it seems like a whisper, but you can make it out as an extremely distant dragon roar. And as time progresses, you begin to hear chaos outside as the roars begin to get closer and closer and closer.
And the captain at this point probably realizes that something's up and has to go out and make sure that his crew is okay.
So as you run outside, it appears that the crew itself is a little bit in chaos. As if you were to look up into the sky, you can make out that this particular dragon everyone's going nuts about is pretty damn high up. It's at least a handful of miles up in the air, but it's fucking massive. This thing is making the Titanic look like a Matchbox car.
Well, the captain would lodge. He's probably going to yell out for everyone to get inside. Get inside where it can't reach you. Because if a dragon gets airborne, you are fricked.
So as you begin to shout out these orders and like telling everyone to get inside, you got a handful of the civilians just immediately rushing inside. They're getting a little chaos, picking up their loved ones and their children as they're just rushing inside, locking and barricading. You've got a bunch of the cruise ship members that are just kind of continuing on with their work, but in a bit of a hurry so that they can get out to sea and hopefully the dragon doesn't catch them. As you see as this dragon just straight up fighter jet swoops down a perfect 90 degrees to go straight down into the ground, as he just slams down into the ground, creating this massive crater and just completely throwing the ship's rocking side to side, picking up water because of the sheer shockwave of this titan-sized dragon is just on the ground in the middle of the plaza. As it's looking around, it's looking at all the civilians just going nuts and rushing inside, and it's just looking. Not even doing anything, it just lands and its head is just going left and right, just very slowly, just like surveying, not even reacting to any of the civilians.
Right now, all the captain's focused on is making sure everyone's safe. Though he is making sure to keep an eye on the dragon. So, like, he basically tells the crew, like, drop what they're doing and get inside.
But Captain, we gotta get this order out quick!
Like, your lives are more important than menial tasks.
That's true, but the sake of the whole town, the money. This is their income for the week.
We'll handle it. We'll handle it.
And he just like throws the rope down and just books it into the cabin that you originally were in. As this dragon just kind of like picks one of its talons up and, like a cat picking its and pushing itself up, it just grabs a hold of one of the cottages and pushes itself up as it's just using the houses as like stepping stones on water, as it's just creaking and slamming and just marching over to you as it just kneels down and just crouches down and gets like nose to nose with you.
And he's drawing his sword, and he's like, do you really want to do this?
You do not know what you urgently mortal. Heed my warning. You need out of this realm as soon as possible. On behalf of the Dragon Order. This is not merely a threat, but simply a warning of caution.
So I caught half of what he said.
This is not that you should watch your tone with who you speak to. This is not nearly a warning, but this is not a threat, but a heed of warning of caution. You should leave this realm while you still can, on behalf of the Dragon Order.
Okay, so this is like, so now that I get what's going on, I basically say I'll keep that in mind. A captain is always wary of the oceans, and
not of the oceans, but merely the plane you step your feet on. Your existence amongst the mortal realm is causing it chaos.
At that point, I turn to my crewmates and tell them that from now on, we should probably ship out before things get too hairy. Because I got a bad feeling in the pit of my stomach.
The creatures amongst the unknown. They are seeking vengeance on the mortals amongst this realm, pointing you as the source. Amongst the Dragon Order, it would be wise Please remove yourself for the sake of your people. Heed my warning, mortal.
As he crouches down and just pushes himself out and just kicks his wings up as he just picks up a decent amount of air and just flies off into the ocean.
So yeah, something tells me that the abyss is staring back. And it likes what it sees.
Go ahead and make me a con save real quick.
All right.
As my throat is currently giving out. I swear when I do
15.
that dragon voice, it really fucks my vocal cords. 15 plus your modifier?
Okay. +2. So
17.
17.
So as he flies off and you see in the distance another storm rolling up as he just full-blown flies into the midst of it. And you can hear his roar just echo and bellow, making your eardrums vibrate a decent bit as just flashes of lightning silhouette outline the dragon like the middle of How to Train Your Dragon at the very end of that first movie. You get where I'm going with this?
I think.
So at the final fight, when Toothless lets out his little fireball thing, it would show an outline of him in the clouds.
Yeah.
So that, but with the dragon that just spoke with you, and you see him like maybe 3 or 4 times amongst the clouds, until eventually you see once more a Titan squid face that is making him look like an ant from the sheer size of the silhouettes. But compared to your last stream, it's a lot closer to shore. Go,
And the captain.
When you think of family, what is typically the first thing that comes to your mind?
You talking about to me?
Yep, with Golark.
Because you cut in and I didn't know what you were talking about. Well, family. Well, this is going to be the first time you guys will know of Golark's father, Drax. Because I know when Golark was young, he would do all sorts of stuff like a good father would with his son. Train him, make him a strong warrior, and all that, because he knows one day hell will break loose and the so-called realm that he's in will end, and he has to not help stop it, but help prevent it. So when I think of family, I'll think Golark training with his father Drax.
Okay.
Golark is related to Dave Bautista.
Oh, I wish.
So, your dream, as you are just... The last thing you see mentally is the Nightwalker just completely sucking out your soul before your eyes grow heavy and you just into a dream state. And you find yourself in a very young phase of your life. Currently, what looks to be a dojo of some sort in a small home. Nothing really fancy. If you really make it out, it almost looks like just a family decent-sized living room just completely cleared out to be used as a dojo. As you've got a decent-sized rack of bamboo in your hands, and you can see yourself wamping at a straw stickman.
Practice makes perfect, like my father always says.
Dismember that belief. That is completely incorrect. Practice makes improvement.
Few wise words of an old man.
Let's see if I can get my technique down like father trained me to do. Okay, let's see. Dominant foot forward. No. Dominant foot back, because that's gonna be that's gonna where you put your thrust at. Non-dominant foot into your front. Sword or blade, whatever he's thinking of, into into a dominant stance like he's about to go Zenitsu on him. Okay. And as he about to attack, Drax comes in. Huh. Oh, hey, father. Didn't see you there.
Good luck, my boy. Practicing per usual, I assume?
Yeah, just training to be the best like you, Dad.
I'm not simply the best, but I'm simply the best I can be. There's no such thing as being the absolute best. But you can be the absolute best you can be and overcome any hurdle. But granted, just because you may actually be the best, there's always going to be someone better.
Yeah. Is mom away right now?
Your mother went to the market.
I can't wait for my favorite pie. From my favorite guy. Okay. I don't know if you heard about this, but I heard from someone that part of our genes where we have to protect our world one way or another. I don't know if that is true, but if it is, that's what I'm practicing so I can be the ones to help save this world. Because to be honest, I don't know what this world will look like without all of you guys.
Dragonborn are very easily one of the more forgotten creatures amongst our kind. After several centuries of just being looked at as another being, we had to fight for our respect, for our place in society. And now it is our time to rise up and be amongst society. After that blasted Drakich had done what he'd done with this realm, and we call home, may the gods and goddesses help us for what happens next. With the Christian bloodline gone, it's only a matter of hope of what happens to the world. All we can do is fight and try to stand up for our world. Whether or not it actually rains on the way we had once remembered.
So who is this Drakish guy?
He's the ruler of the underworld. He is the one that decides whether or not you are in the right or wrong place after you die.
So he's a god. You can say he's a god.
Not necessarily a god, he's just simply the decision maker of whether your soul is worthy of going up to the heavens or going down amongst the 9 hells. He's the ruler of the underworld, its own little land. Much like here we have our rulers, our kings, our jarls. The underworld has some too. Fortunately, not as light.
Yeah, I get it now. You know, I've been practicing really hard. And young Golar picks up another bamboo stick. Wanna fight?
He's just gonna give a light chuckle and just wave his hand in front of his face a little bit. That's fine. Maybe later today, though. I've got a few things that I need to attend to in regards to work. But once I'm finished with that, I'll probably take you on that. Keep practicing.
Yeah.
The better you learn that stance down I taught you, the better you might actually be able to hold your ground.
Dad, and I'm not gonna go lightly once we do.
As you shouldn't. As he's just gonna tap on the door frame and just walk out of the dojo.
Hey, now where was I? Foot, dominant foot to the back. Non-dominant foot to your front. Sword to your side. Breathe in. Breathe out. Concentrate. Concentrate. And go!
As you bring your sword from your side up over your shoulder to give a downright strike, right as you bring your bamboo stick up, the straw stick figure that's just in the center of the room, like a mimic out of Firebase, just morphs into a Nightwalker that just straight lunges like Left 4 Dead 2 style and just pins you down as it just cracks its neck and just has you pinned down on your back and just snarls as just thick goop just drips from its fangs onto your face.
Hey, you! Dad!
As you watch as this thing is just leaning in close and its tongue just like clicking, almost like something out of The Last of Us. As it's just moving its head like back and forth right in front of your face, just taunting you as its nails just slowly dig into your shoulders.
I don't know who you are. I don't know what you want. Stop.
And it's at this point that you begin to feel your just pure mental capacity slowly drain. As you look down to where he's digging his claws in, you can see that your blood is just gushing and he is just simply absorbing it like a leech.
Get off me! I'm not strong enough. But I need to be, like my dad said, but God, this hurts so damn bad.
As you look over, as you look at it and the blood leaching off, you look back up to where his face was, as he's currently, like, leaned back. As he gets down to just straight chomp into you, your vision just resets. Like you were just about to make the attack before it all happens, and you're just staring in front of another straw figure. Did he dip?
He's gone.
Alright, what?
And there Where'd he go?
That's a good question. Where did he go?
Jefe, tenemos un Pepe.
What did happen? Wait, where did you go? Oh, AFK real quick. Alright. So I just got a message from Sean, and he said he's definitely going to be late. He's not sure when he'll be back. He had to run out real quick on an emergency.
Huh.
Well, in that case, just to keep
Yeah.
things moving along, you, my friends, as you, from your dream, just sort of sit up in a half-panicked, cold sweat, and just sweat just drooling down your face, and your body's just really heated up. Looking around, you're just in a half-panic to find yourself back to the way you had left yourself in the what once was an incubus's lair, with the fire still burning ever so lightly.
Yeah. After what that dragon said, I'm assuming Dagon's back in his flask. It's like, there's something you want to tell me there, buddy? Because I think you know what I was dreaming about.
Seems like a pattern. I don't know. They always end the same with you.
Seems like the abyss is trying to get our attention. Though, for what reason, I don't really know.
Beats me, buddy. Not my circus, not my monkeys.
Yeah, though they do outrank you. So that ain't good if they're getting all antsy.
They can get on antsy all they want. I'll kick their asses one by one. Doing all these voices that kill my throat.
I know Dagon is supposed to be like pretty scrappy, but this these are elder gods, like not like way bigger than he is, unfortunately.
He's all big talk though.
Yeah, I figured he'd be. Unless it's Astoth, in which case, yeah. And now the only question is, so I think In my dreams, I keep seeing him. I know he's watching, or at least he's thinking about it deep in his sleep in Relaya. We gotta make sure he doesn't wake up. Because if he wakes up, the oceans aren't safe for any man. And they're definitely not safe for the deep ones. If you wanna live freely and devour whatever you want, we gotta make sure he didn't wake up.
Once we're through with all this, we probably would.
Something tells me that there's a leak somewhere.
There's a leak
That
in the
dragon. Well, there's hypothetically yes, and metaphorically yes as well. There very well might be a leak, and the ocean's leaking through. We're gonna have to keep a close eye on some stuff. And if we see anything from the far realm leak into the mortal world, we gotta patch that.
Well, first things first, we need to get your world back in natural order. We got a job to do here.
Yeah, we do. We gotta make sure that this lich is taken care of.
Not even a lich, it's a goddamn lord of the underworld.
Oh, yeah, it's like Drakich needs to be dealt with.
Yeah. Never liked the guy. Asshole.
Who would? I think for the time being, though, we should plan ahead. Because we have no idea what's coming next. This was already a tough fight, and I almost got lost it. Can't go down yet.
You just go down just to that puny thing. That'd be fucking embarrassing. But you figured it out. That's what matters. You're alive. On to the next step. What was the next step? Let's see. We came here. We saw a bunch of waterfalls. Really weird colored ones. And we went rock hopping. Then we dealt with Weirdo. Saw a chick. Sent chick home. Saw 3 naked chicks. Killed them. Killed the daddy. And here we are. What the hell were we doing in between all this? What did I miss here? Because I'm genuinely confused. So we came here. We went rock hopping. And now we're here. What the fuck are we supposed to be going towards?
I don't know our next move. We should probably find a way out of here and make sure that whatever comes next isn't 10 times more lethal.
That's the underworld, so you can only imagine what's going to happen. Which reminds me. Oh yeah, that's right. Y'all were trying to go to that fucking the one with the buildings down there. Wasn't there like a city or some shit?
Yeah, but if we go, we could go back that way.
My suggestion is just keep pushing forward, try to find a way out of here, or find someone who knows how the hell to get out of here, and then just simply bippity boppity boop down over there.
That does seem like the best course of action. There are plenty of people who know this place better than we do. I'm also worried about our dragon boy. He keeps getting into situations where he's almost taken out completely. I saved him this time, but next time we might not be so lucky. That's why I had the potions charged, just in case.
Anger management problems will do that to you.
Luckily, with what I've got prepared, we won't have to worry about problems like that. The batch that I whipped up this time is stronger than that potion that I whipped up last time.
I was gonna say, what'd you make them? Some 5 ants?
Yeah, well, anything that gets in our way, I'll find out if they cross us.
Now you got me curious. Ah, speak of the devil. Alright. Back to you real quick. As you had just seen, the Nightwalker had pinned you down, and as he looks like he's gonna go in for a nice snack of your head, your whole dream, like, resets to where you were just about to attack the straw figure.
What? Where? Must have been a dream. But why do I feel like this was real? Like something happened. I'll have to tell Dad later on, because he's busy. I have to get back to practicing. That's if I can concentrate now. No, I gotta tell Dad I can't concentrate. Wonder where he's at now.
So as you turn around to get ready to set your bamboo stick back up on the wall to like a little, kind of like how people do at bars with the cue sticks out for pool tables.
Yeah.
Just right in front of you is the Nightwalker as he just straight jabs his entire arm through your torso and just lifts you up Baraka style from Mortal Kombat as he just pulls you close and his tongue just clicking as his head starts to tilt again with your blood just reaming down his arm.
What are you doing? I don't know who you are, but please stop.
With his other arm, it looks like he pulls it back and just puts his fingers together to make a spike. And right as it's about to make contact with your head, your sight resets again to the same position as it resetted the first time.
God, what the hell is happening? Okay, arm is good. Everything's good. Why do I keep seeing that? What was I doing? Oh yes. I gotta find Dad. Okay.
So as you set the bamboo stick up on the rack this time, you walk out of the room and you go through a small hallway before taking a left to what normally you would see as his office. As a younger you is seeing an out-of-body version of looking into the incubus room, seeing from a third person the Nightwalker just soul draining you as you are currently paralyzed.
What is this place? This ain't my dad's office. It's him again. And who's that? No, they can't be me.
And as you look over and you're watching this thing that has just one arm and the other arm just on your forehead, just draining the soul essence from you, you see Greg just straight double slash his back as you watch Eustace just straight book it towards you, grab a hold of you, just bear hug, and just drag as he just straight chucks a flask at this Nightwalker as it blows off his other arm and just falls down on his torso and looks up at you as the younger you and just gives you this shit-eating grin.
Who are these people, and why is he helping him? Do I know these people?
I'm wondering if Kana knows what's going on here in Golark's head.
Well, I know about astral projection for one.
No, it's an actual psychological thing that we as human beings experience as well.
Like, it's just a deja vu?
So something that's very common in near-death experiences is there's various instances that can easily trigger like a PTSD moments of reliving it over and over and over again, and one of them is very easily nightmares. As he's currently reliving him nearly dying in different ways.
Yeah. Though, luckily I saved you.
So you're the one that I keep seeing. As Tiny Golark starts walking towards the Nightwalker. And like you said, he just gives a smirk.
Your soul, it's mine.
I haven't met you, and I don't know if I'll ever meet you, but you ain't having my soul. And he walks to adult Golark and just looks at him. And he's like, why does he look familiar? And then he starts putting his hand towards Golark's half-sucked body.
There was a buzz in the Discord.
Yeah, it was Greg. Then he'll be here shortly. Which we don't have Sean yet, which I don't know what else he's doing.
Alright, so he said he had to run out on an emergency. He doesn't know when he'll be back. He's going to try to be here, but more than likely not, which isn't that big of a deal. I have things in place for things like this.
Damn it, I wanted him to experience what I got. Oh well.
So,
Continue.
and it's as you make contact with your older self that your sight resets to seeing the arm get blasted off again and just his body slam into the ground, staring at you with this shit-eating grin as it begins to loop like every 5 seconds, just him hitting the ground. It resets your sight until it's almost like you're getting closer and closer to him until you're face to face with him.
Just die already. Dragonborn. Just like I did the rest of your people. All of them dead. All of them dead. And you're next.
Well, young Golark just looks at him and is like, when you said you killed everyone, that means you killed my dad as well.
Everything that screams the blood, the taste of their souls. And yours is the sweetest, the purity of an innocent soul gone rogue. You're the last of your kind. And the last one to know what happens to your race. Now die.
Rogue. I'll never turn away from what I've become, and of becoming. I might see you now, and by the looks of it, I might see you in the future. But this dragon ain't gonna die. And young Golar just turns away and walks back to where supposedly the entrance of his dad's office is.
As soon as you turn around, you are literally now in this incubus lair, as another Nightwalker is where you had originally seen the entrance, as there's another one standing next to him, and then another one, and another, until your entirety is just completely surrounded by these Nightwalkers as they're just slowly walking closer and closer.
Die. Die. Just drop dead already. Die. Your soul is mine.
I'm trying to talk, but I heard you talking.
Yeah,
Upstairs.
The internet went to shit for a fat ass minute. But it's just him repeating over and over as his voice is growing closer from him, just growing closer to you, just repeating, just die, die, die.
There's gotta be a weapon around here somewhere. What's this?
This is a long nightmare.
I think he wants me to have regular Glove just wake up like startled, but I don't know when to do that or what plan it out. If you're trying to talk again, I don't hear you.
No, I'm waiting to see what you do from here.
So, you want my soul, do ya? Like my father says, don't run away from the battle. Run straight towards it. And he does the stance again, but this time he doesn't have anything, but he thinks it is. Oh, the lobby just left.
The lobby just left?
Disconnected from server, disconnected lobby server, the tabletop.
Oh, goddamn. Alright, yeah, it's probably when the internet went to shit for a second there.
Okay, so while you're getting that back, as I was saying, Golark starts doing the stance again, but this time he knows there ain't nothing. He doesn't have a bamboo. He doesn't have bamboo. He doesn't have weapons. He doesn't have anything. but he knows his father told him to not run away from the battle or the fight. Charge into it. Face your fear. So that's what Golark is young Golark, I need to do that, does. See you on my soul, do ya? And then he's starting to do the stance again. Then come take it! And he just starts charging towards them.
As all of them just charge at once, just completely surrounding you, just Hunter Left 4 Dead style, just leaping and just pounce on you. As your sight resets once again. And you find yourself lying in bed in your younger room.
Boy, what a nightmare. But why does that seem real? Let me make sure my dad's alive. Golark, young Golark, gets out of bed and starts walking out to his door. Well, it's not open, it's more a slide. Slides the door open.
Slide to the left.
And he just peeks over down
And
the hallway.
as you look in, you see your father just being lifted by the Nightwalker, just hands being just straight choked out. Before, as you slide it open, you just witness right in the midst the other arm just pillaging through his entire chest and ripping out his heart as just this green, purple mists just like a smoke just smocks out of his body and wraps around his arm as his head just jerks to the side and looks right at you and just points right at you with the hand that has your father's heart in it.
You are next, young one.
Okay, so before I say anything, or before I do anything, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna see if Greg comes in because I know all of them are asleep, but I want to know is Kana asleep as well? Or you?
I'm not asleep. Well, I just woke up.
And by now he probably tried to go back to sleep, just one of those, you wake up out from a nightmare, you catch your breath and recollect yourself, and then go back to bed. Probably.
Okay. Okay, so let's see something real quick.
Hello, child. Hi.
Okay, so since I don't know when Greg will come on, I'll just do it right now.
I just asked him like only a minute ago. ETA question mark.
I just text him. It's getting good. Okay, so as of right now, after the Nightwalker said that, adult Golark wakes right up. It's like, that's the second time that fucking happened. It looks like everyone else is asleep.
With the exception of Dagon, who doesn't sleep.
You just see him in the corner of the fucking cave just knitting. using the intestines of the fucking incubus.
Oh man.
My finger is
Okay.
being nibbled.
Maybe picture that. He's just you just made me picture like him just sitting in a rocking chair made of the freaking bones of that thing. Be like, hey, how you doing?
Hey, how you doing, man? You want some pie? I got some pie for you. I kept hearing you like pie. You keep saying the word pie in your sleep, so here's a pie.
It's just a fucking flesh pie. As he's just knitting with fucking intestines.
Okay. By Golar's
Fucking right. My mind is not fucking right.
by Golar's peripheral. Thank you. He sees, like he said, everyone's asleep besides Dagon, and then he sees the ritual that Eustace made the last time when Golar turned to a dragon, and he's like, I guess he's gonna do another one when dire needs. Looks at Dagon.
Fuck
And
you
he
looking at
just-
me for?
Yeah, so looks like we won that battle, and looks like you're having your rewards.
Hey man, that's just lunch for me. What are you talking about?
Sure is. You know, I just have something that's bothering me, and I don't know what to say about it.
Neither do I. I ain't no fucking therapist. I ain't fucking certified for this shit. I'm just a god that's having to do this asshole's bidding, alright? You think I signed up for this?
I don't think so, but
No, the fuck I did not. If it was up to me, I'd still be on my island just sipping a pina colada or some shit. But no, I'm stuck with this asshole. Because he had to fucking wander up on my little island in the middle of fuck nowhere, the Sea of Swords.
you look like a Mai Tai guy, but we'll forget about that. But
The fuck you just call me?
well, I want you to relay a message to Eustace and go like in the rest of the party. I'm going rogue.
Like you switching classes?
No. I'm leaving. Temporarily.
Then fucking leave, that's the door.
It's just I'm tired of being second fiddle to Greg, and you know why.
You bitch ass almost died.
Wife. And it's just tired of being second fiddle and packing mule. Greg thinks he's an almighty god, and it seems like his plans turns to either one of us going into the death row. Oh, speaking of him, hello.
Speak of the fucking devil.
Where the hell's the cleric?
He had to go out on an emergency, and he is unsure if he will be in today, but he's going to hella try.
But you guys are.
Eustace just got through with his nightmare, which seemed to be more of just a mental message from an outworld being.
It's like a nightmare from hell.
He is living through PTSD.
Alright.
Like he's seen himself die to the Nightwalker in 8 different. But he's currently having a one-on-one with
Jesus Christ,
Dagon.
is all
Damn it,
you've
where
been
was
doing
I?
killing them?
No, he hasn't been killing
Yeah,
them.
that's
They
true.
have been killing him.
Yeah, I said is all
Oh, he's just
I
having
said
a
is all
conversation.
you've been doing killing him. Or killing them, referring to the party.
Oh no, just Golark. He's the one who nearly died with 3 HP left, and he's just seeing himself die over and over in different ways as a child.
Alright.
You can rewind the stream later if you want.
Okay,
I
where was
probably
I?
will. I'm not sure I'll be able to stick around the whole time, because I'm pretty physically exhausted.
As long as you can stay for a good, decent while, we're just about to get to the good part. So,
Alright.
you were saying with Dagon?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what the hell it was because I lost fucking track.
You were telling him to give a message about
Second fiddle.
kind of being third
Right, that
wheel.
one. Yeah. I'm tired of playing second fiddle to Greg, and you know how he is.
That's not gonna happen. You will all. Everyone will always be second fiddle to Greg on the battlefield, pretty much.
My story, shut the hell up!
I think unless you're a war god, you can't be anything but second fiddle to a member of his family.
Oh, believe me, this
Well, in that case, let me
Right.
bust Johnny out real quick and humble your ass.
Oh no, this character that I have is gonna put your cocky ass to shame.
Oh, fuck.
One, I'm not cocky. Two, Greg's not cocky.
Three.
Three.
Cock.
Three,
Okay, so
if I have to,
I'm
I'll go make the character sheet for his grandson, and we'll do it right now. Because his grandson's a quarter giant. Or not grandson, great-grandson.
Alright, so anyway.
So anyways, let's stop having the players fight.
so like I said, you can relate to them all you want. Eustace might know what's going on, but I'm leaving. It ain't permanent. It's gonna be temporary.
Again, there's
I
the
will-
door. Fucking leave.
Do you mind if you wouldn't used to mind if I
Speak, boy!
wouldn't Eustace mind if I take that?
Fuck do I know? Not my circus, not my monkeys. If you want it, fucking take it. He ain't awake, is he?
No, he ain't.
For the record, if you're gonna have to pick which potion you take, because I got 3 of them.
One is smack that fucking middle.
One of them just makes use of his dick bigger when he needs it to be.
One of them is going to turn you
No.
What?
No.
into a freaking adult blue dragon.
It's dick enlargement.
Like I said, the one smack down in the fucking middle I'm choosing. So Golark walks over towards the ritual, picks up the potion, and in return, Indiana Jones leaves his fucking short sword smack dab in the middle.
No, sir. If you're leaving, do yourself a favor. He's gonna point to the direction of which Minea had originally came. That is the wrong tab. That one. He's gonna point into this general direction. It'll lead you into a mirror maze, but from what I can sense, it'll be a straight direction out of here. And that way down there, I'm pretty sure that's where the party's gonna want to go next. Just trying to give
Thank
you
you.
ideas to separate yourself so you don't lead yourself into another head collision.
Thank you for the advice, Dad.
That actually sounds nice, because head collision usually means brain matter, and brain matter actually tastes pretty nice. I take back what I said, I want head collision.
Well, you have fun with the party, and till we meet again, Dagon. And he just not kind of like salutes, but kind of like the 2 fingers over his hand and just waves. And then he starts walking towards where Minea came in.
Came in like a wrecking ball. Alright, so, Greg! Make me a charisma check.
Hold on. I have no idea what my charisma or modifiers are right now. I need to pull those up and also find my dice.
Nibble. Hi. Hello. How are you, child? Nibble. The husky takes nap on floor as she
I
nibbles
feel
my
like shooting
finger.
people.
Just a genuine question. What voice mod did you use for the Nightwalker? Because that actually sounds really cool.
On my list, it's called Lost Soul.
That's it!
What?
I was just saying that voice fits because it sounds really cool.
I'm aware it fits. I'm the one who made it.
Yo, Nat 24.
Okay. So when you think of family, what's the first thing that comes to mind?
Didn't we do this already?
No. Last time we did what we think of home. This is what we think of family.
Give me a second, because I'm trying to figure out what exactly Greg would think of, because Greg comes from a large family.
I'm aware. That's why I'm curious to see where this goes.
Yeah, mine just drag out for a good solid 5 minutes.
Sir, that was much longer than 5 minutes. Shiva, what are you doing under the bed? Like, literally, she is just back legs just fully stretched out. Like she's in the middle of stretching or doing yoga and is just laying out of my bed, and the only thing I see from under my bed is her legs just stretched out.
I got to see this. Hold on.
Oh, she just laid on her side now, but yeah.
Damn it. Oh, well, never mind. Okay, so since I don't have it, let me get rid of it. Go to Golargs. Where is it? My short sword. Out of my damn inventory because I don't have that bitch.
Okay. So, first, Greg would think of his mother, his father, his wife, his son, probably his 4 siblings who I'm too lazy to gender right now. His paternal grandfather.
So everyone that you have just listed at this moment.
His other 3 grandparents were dead when he was a child.
So everyone that you had just listed at this point in time, you go into this. The last thing you mentally see within the normal world is the beam of light of the Nightwalker just straight imploding. You lower your weapon, your two arms holding onto these weapons, and just weakly hobble over towards the rest of the party as you see Eustace trying to care for Golark before just straight taking a knee and face planting into the ground just due to pure mental exhaustion and the adrenaline rush wearing off. Your sight begins to phase a bit. It goes hazy and circular, like you're dizzy and your head is spinning. Before you come to your senses and you find yourself sitting at the head of a very, very large circular dining table with lots of food just circular around the entire table. Your wife's sitting to your left, your father's sitting to your right, and it's just one big massive feast. As this particular occasion to draw such a big gathering, you ponder for a moment and think, it's your wedding anniversary.
Which wedding anniversary specifically?
Yours.
No, which number? Is he thinking of any particular number? Because Greg's been married since he was 20.
How old is
He's
he now?
45.
45, so that is 25 years. It would be his 9th.
Damn.
So Greg Jr. is like, probably not born because we've established he's like 15.
Right. Logically, yes, that would make sense. So it wouldn't be until maybe a year and a half after this she would be pregnant.
Yes.
The tiny details that matter. But anyway, it is your ninth wedding anniversary, and you've got a decent amount of the family at this big old feast table in your home. Everyone seems to be enjoying themselves, with your wife to your left, your father to your right.
Greg looks around in slight confusion.
Your wife just kind of looks over to you briefly and gives a gentle smile. What's wrong, dear? You should be happy. Why the long face?
These days has already happened.
What do you mean this day already happened?
That I mean if this happened because if I had switched backwards in time.
Honey, I think you've been drinking a little bit too much. Come on. And she takes a decent size of what looks to be a hog and sets it down on the plate in front of you. Eat up.
Greg grabs his knife and fork, wondering if he's been hallucinating about the war now. Confused. Suddenly the story turns into we're not.
Yeah, she sits down a nice, decent size of hog meat in front of you. As on the middle of the table, you've got a vast majority of different meats between hog and deer, chicken, boar, turkey. You've got some exotics.
Did you say pig?
Huh?
Did you say pig twice, basically? Hog and boar are pigs.
Well, hog being more sort of like pork, and boar meaning like actual boar.
Yeah, but boars are just wild pigs, so it's just wild pork.
It's darker and more tender. There is actually a difference. There is a big difference between boar and pork.
Okay. Briggs.
Even in everyday culinary, like our version of culinary and not D&D, but in our culinary, there's a big difference between wild boar and pork.
I did not know that.
Ask Ethan about it. He'll tell you a good bit.
Not going to, because asking Ethan's opinion on anything to do with food is stupid. He acts like the baked potato cannot have spicy stuff put onto it.
That's a topic for a different time, because I disagree. Throw some hot sauce on that bitch.
I like putting cayenne pepper on mine personally.
I'd have to try that.
I mean,
bitch, I'm already hungry as is. Moving on.
Greg reaches over and grabs some potatoes as well as the pork and some of his mother's
Now you made hungry for pizza margarita.
some of his mother's homemade gravy. Greg
Right.
likes gravy. This is canon now.
Reasonably so. I don't blame the man.
I've only ever had the white gravy, which I'm not particularly a fan of.
I've had a decent different amount of gravies, but
Yeah,
I've always been really big on turkey gravy the most. Like, I'll throw that bitch on anything. Chicken gravy's nice. There's a decent amount of different gravies, but usually turkey gravy is my main go-to. You pile up your plate and whatnot, and you begin feasting away, and the wife just, her face kind of brightens up a little bit more as she continues on with her plate. You could see a couple of the other siblings kind of bickering with each other and whatnot, just as sibling does. The grandmother and grandfather just very oddly and uncomfortably flirting with each other as if they're still in high school.
Wait a minute. Both my grandmothers died when I was young.
Did she?
I said his 3 other grandparents were dead.
I'm aware.
Only his paternal grand.
I'm aware.
Alright. Okay.
So they're going back and forth like high school teens going at it, trying to get with each other in the bathroom.
Uh-huh. Are these Greg's wife's grandparents?
You've got grandparents from both sides of the family at the table, oddly enough.
Okay. Okay, so I'm just gonna assume they're hers since you said both.
No, no.
Because only his
you got your grandmother and grandfather, and then her grandmother and grandfather at the table. Yes, I'm aware of what you said, but there's reason for my madness.
Greg stops eating.
The wife just kind of looks over at you. Again, what is it wrong this time?
Either the ghost of my father's mother's here, or I am remembering my entire childhood, in which my grandmother had passed on before I was 5 years old.
And she takes your mug and very slowly pulls it over to her side with a bit of a glare. No more drinking for you.
Greg looks around to see if he can see a clock.
Go ahead and roll me perception.
Hold on. I was taking a drink from a jug of water.
As one should. Hail hydrate.
We got a 17.
Plus your perception.
I need to check what Greg's perception is.
Getting licked by cat.
Okay.
Give me a moment after I check this perception, because I'm about to take a bite of pizza after I do. Because I haven't eaten in a while.
No, you're fine, mate.
Okay, so I got an 18, because...
You do find a decent-sized grandfather clock with the pendulum made of solid brass and a decently sized raven skeleton sitting on top of the head of the clock. And it is currently about 9:44 in the evening.
I was not heavily inebriated today till much later. I know for a fact this is not right.
Hey! Grug, my boy! Sit back down. Speaking nonsense. Your wife is getting in distraught because of you. Look, it's supposed to be a happy day for you both. Go on. Sit.
No, your mother is dead. She died before I was 5.
Of course she's dead. What are you spitting nonsense about? Your grandmother's ashes are right there above the fireplace.
I just saw her with Grandpa, flirting.
And he looks over at the table and just pans around and just flicks his wrist out. I don't see her. You see her?
Something.
You can clearly see her, but only you can see her.
What? Something is wrong.
You're right. You're not sitting your ass in your chair and enjoying a very decent meal we all prepared for you both. That is what's wrong. Come, sit.
I think I would like to step outside for a moment. And
Right.
get some air. Perhaps maybe I have gotten too hot near fireplace.
Yes, that may be a pleasure by all means. I'll save your plate for you. As he looks over and just winks at the wife as he slides the plate towards him.
You ass! That's my food!
Greg walks by his father and picks up his plate.
Alright, I won't eat it, Are you going to be eating that chicken?
I do not care much for chicken. Usually,
And he
Usually
plucks the
not.
chicken without any hesitation to let you finish and just gobbles it down.
did he just grab a whole damn chicken?
Yes!
Alright, that makes sense, because I was gonna have Greg's father be Grug the Insane and be a slightly more unhinged member of the family.
Well, looks like I'm already living up to his character.
Well, it would have been more funny if after Greg picks it up, he just says "fat bastard" and "orc."
No. Greg wouldn't insult his father by calling him a fat bastard.
Get in my belly.
What did you say, Connor? You broke in and out.
I was like, get in my belly.
Christ, actual fat bastard. Alright, so you grab the plate.
Was
you
Connor
begin-
doing Scottish?
Apparently. You grab the plate, he plucks the whole ass chicken off your plate, as you've got a variety of just boar and venison and a variety of different other meats that are a little bit more local, of different game. And potatoes, and a little bit of gravy, maybe some steamed vegetables or something of the nature, and you walk outside.
Yeah.
And you get this big huff of just fresh floral air as you look out into the horizontal bit of what left of the sunset as it's beginning to turn a gentle violet and most of the gold and orange is already gone, turning into night. You can see a decent amount of what looks to be a flower field before leading into a river canal that would normally lead out towards the Sea of Swords to the far north of the portion of Evoria you're currently spending your evening on. Obviously not your home, but it is a home.
Okay, I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure they have a more Nordic style, or at least that's how I've been picturing it, a more Nordic style.
This is like a honeymoon home, almost.
Okay.
Yeah, this is like a honeymoon home. You just see a floral field that leads to right next to a river canal that would lead into the north side of the Sea of Swords. And just to the far, far left, you see the start of a forest as you see a couple deer just come and quickly rush into the midst of the woods, followed by a couple rabbits. as you take a seat into the dirt and continue your meal, as the fresh air kind of clears your head a bit.
Talking to himself. Something is wrong. I can see my grandmother's ghost, but I know I do not have magic. And I know she did not wear a helmet. That was Grandpa. But I am confused how I am seeing her. Mayhaps here or some other god. Hey, have I had too much to drink? Were you still in the Gola tree? What life tree? Is water real?
Am I real?
No, Greg understands that very well that he is.
And as you're questioning a few things, your sight kind of fizzles like TV static a little bit, but not your entire sight, but more of a silhouette of what you could make out to be a female outline. And it just statics like in and out for like maybe a couple quarters of a second as you just get broken up, just chunks of something, like a message being told in your head. As it breaks through, you can catch like a quarter of a second of like maybe a consonant and maybe half of a vowel. Now.
She trying to say great danger, get out now?
Make me an intelligence check.
Yes, our currently smartest member of the group present, I'm pretty sure. Hold on a second, I can't. Alright.
I think Golark was the intelligent one, but he always acts stupid.
Alright.
Names!
What?
It's a column names.
I got 17, that is 16 plus my 1. No, wait, that's intelligence. It's wisdom I have plus 4.
Make me an
So I
intelligence
got
check.
a 17.
Okay. So the more you ponder, it definitely seems like it's either saying great or Greg. It is mentioning that you are in danger. And the more you try to think of what that silhouette may have been, you can only think of two individuals of who it could be. It could either be Luna in a much more adult form, or someone else amongst your past who has also been of an elven race.
Who did you say?
Luna.
That was the
frickin' girl we rescued.
It was.
Yeah, I couldn't remember her name.
It could either be Luna in a more adult form, or it could be of another elven girl you can vaguely remember of your past.
So someone Greg knows, not a family member.
Right.
It's probably Luna, because Greg doesn't like... Greg? No. It's Greg's first girlfriend. This is why Greg doesn't like elves. One broke his heart.
And after you slowly piece together what you can, and some questions have risen and a singular question has been answered, just whatever entity was just there, breaking in and out of your dream reality, shimmers. Like nothing ever happened. What do you wish to do from here?
Greg takes a big bite of the pork or the boar with his mother's gravy on it.
Okay. After you gradually finish up your plate, you feel yourself gradually going into a food coma.
Good deal. Please eat food.
As you push yourself back up and you walk inside to find the entire place dark. Like any light source had just been put out, as the fireplace that was once brightly lit is currently smoking. You get this very foul stench, very unpleasant. Nearly makes you throw up your entire meal that you had just ate.
I have two thoughts.
So you do have bitches, good to know.
No, not that kind of thought. Because I can. Fire. How high is the ceiling?
Give or take 15, 16 feet.
From where Greg stands?
Yes. Like from the ground to the actual tip of the ceiling, it's about 15, 16 feet.
How wide is the room?
About 25 by 40. It's a decent sized room. Like it's the current room that the family room was designed for the dining. It was built and intended for a large gathering like this.
So, is Greg stood in the doorway?
He opens the doorway, he's in the doorway, revealing a very dark room and this very foul stench.
If Greg put his arm out to the left or to the right, would anyone be in his direct path?
As you kind of like half blind, just swing your arm out in front of you just to feel around, it's just air.
Alright, whatever shirt Greg's got on probably has tear or some other holy symbol on it, because I feel like that's something he would wear. Greg's going to cast light.
Okay. So as you cast light, the entire room begins to light up to find the entire family table just having anyone and everyone sitting at it just flopped over in a half-blooded mess and just their skin ripped and tore apart as you just watch as the Nightwalkers just feasting as he pulls his head up, just ripping a fat tear of just flesh as he just tilts his head and starts clicking at you. Before you jerk your body up and come to a full awakening. You look around and you find yourself put into a bedroll next to a campfire. You still have the incubus stood up to where you last had him, but completely eaten down to the bone. With
wasn't he a charred mess before?
Was.
Okay. I just wanted to clarify that you remembered he was charred.
He was, and then Dagon decided to have a snack.
Alright,
You find Eustace, coincidentally, sitting up from his own dream as well. You both look around and you lock eyes with each other to find to your reveal both Minea as well as Golark are currently missing.
question, did we get the benefits of a long rest?
You will know in a moment.
Alright. Where is Guluk?
Where is my potion and Golark and our cleric?
I am slightly more concerned about Guluk and the potion, because we've known Guluk for a few days now. Cleric?
I just have a feeling that he pilfered it and left.
You think Golak and Cleric left together? Or do you think...
As you just see, Dagon just sitting against a half-destroyed, decayed mushroom, knitting using in the intestines of what was the incubus. Yeah, I can already say for a fact they did not leave together. As he takes a bite out of it and just kind of forms a knot. That cleric, some asshole in some plague doctor outfit, I don't fucking know. Took her in some sort of portal or some shit, I don't fucking know. Dude with weird mask took cleric, disappeared in thin air. Even I can't fucking figure it out. Golok, he just skadoodled like a goddamn hungry cat who smelled fish.
Did the man who took Minea, did he wear light blue scarf, big press goggles with red lenses? And was he
no. Big black cloak, almost looked like a bird mask or some shit. Dude smelled wonderful. Does that mean anything?
Only that if he is demon, he is high-ranking demon. Or lust demon. Only they could hurt their smear.
Actually, I'm just saying, like, that was a plague doctor. Back in the day when the plague was at its height, the doctors believed that the virus was airborne. So they often wore those bird-like masks with lavender and other herbs stored inside of them, because they believed that they covered their noses and mouths with special herbs that it would keep the virus off, when in reality it was the fleas that were leaping around carrying the virus. Their long robes protected them, so that's why they thought they were immune.
I see. How long ago was this plague, or was it human plague?
It's hard to tell these days, but it was indeed a plague. Killed so many. But
what continent?
But let me just ask this in that case.
What the hell does a goddamn doctor doing open up portals to the underworld and just bippity boppity booping with one of your folks? Talking like they knew each other for years.
That's the $1 million question. Because in my experience, if a plague doctor shows up in your village, that's the worst thing that you could see. Because a lot of them weren't trained. They weren't even real doctors. They just wanted the time in the spotlight.
In my experience, worst thing that can show up in the village is didn't do anything fun.
This
Also
motherfucker literally just said Aunt Karen.
Yeah.
This motherfucker brought a Karen joke in D&D. I love this man.
There's humans. There will be Karens.
Now I'm just imagining them popping up into a tavern and asking to speak to the manager.
Harask not fun. What tavern? My village, my family lives in basically a town that is entirely my family. Long story I explain some other time.
All right, now we should probably pack up and see if we can find a way out of here. I'm sure we'll run into them eventually.
Last I saw, that Golok homie guy, he took off that way. And he points in this general direction towards the upper right here.
I can't see the screen now.
Here.
Should we go after him?
Probably.
So, in that case, as you're putting out the fire, rolling up bedrolls, and just cleaning up the area, you both gain the benefits of a long rest. And Greg, you gain the buff of well-fed, allowing you to have an additional 2 to any perception check, as well as an additional +1 to any range attack for 6 hours.
Okay, I was gonna say, how long does that last?
6 hours.
Alright.
It's a little homebrew thing I usually use to add a little spice to things.
Okay, so I get all my superiority die back, all my summons.
Yep, so let me go make a note for everyone's health and soul essence.
I believe I'm at 51.
You are at 51.
So I guess no one's seen the fucking sword.
Oh, I was actually about to mention that.
Also, check your DM stats.
Oh, what did I do?
Greg looks down and sees Golek's sword. DC is filthy. He pulls out cleaning cloth and immediately starts impulsively polishing it. Greg might have OCD.
This sink is filthy, but with 2 shots of kitchen gun.
That was
It's just like new.
Billy Mays here.
Hi, Billy Mays here.
Hi, Phil Swift here with Flex Tape.
Hi, Phil Swift here for Flex Tape, the super strong waterproof tape.
You know, we never get anyone like Joseph Trukowski.
No, I know what you're doing.
Advertisement.
Yeah, like you always got a guy like Phil Swift, Johnny Starr. You never get a guy going
I
like...
love Phil Swift. Like, if I really could, I would have a cardboard cutout of Phil Swift in my room. I fucking love that man.
Hey, Phil Swift here with Flex Tape.
Phil.
I saw this boat in half.
Phil, what does that do with tape?
It even works underwater.
What class in D&D would Phil Swift be?
I really want gonna say a tank roll just due to the sheer size of that man, but damn do I feel bad saying that.
A 20th level skill appeared.
Where's my contacts?
Can I somehow use a greater summon to bring Phil Swift?
Bro, he just literally his entire being of being in the campaign is to use fucking flex tape to ensnare everyone. he uses a greater summon, out pops Phil Swift, and he just starts running around the battlefield wrapping everyone up in flex tape like a fucking mummy.
He pours Flex Steel on their feet so they...
And he uses the fucking flex glue cock gun to glue him to the goddamn floor.
What's
He
up?
uses Flex Steel white to close up their mouths.
Welcome to D&D, everyone.
Hey, check your chat real quick.
Give me a sec.
Oh man!
Alright,
Could
so
that actually be a thing? Could one of my backups
appeared?
Could one of my backups have the ability to somehow pull Phil Swift here?
I cast Vicious Mockery. Hi, Phil Swift here for Flex.
No. That's clearly summoning a holy entity.
Alright, so on another note, as you all begin to clean up camp.
How did we get to Phil Swift?
That is a good question.
Oh, I said Greg might have OCD while cleaning goal like sword.
Oh yeah, and I did the kitchen gun.
You mentioned something. I mentioned Philip Bang. We brought up Billy Mays and then got to Phil Swift.
The Philly Swift.
That's his nickname.
So the thing you just text me, would that be in inventory?
That would be under magical means. So if you had prepared any cantrips or spells, that would be what you would consume from.
Okay, so I haven't done that yet. Whoops.
Do yourself. Being that it says at your level of level 6, you have 4 known spells. 2 can be at 2nd level, and 4 can be at 1st level. So it means you can pick 4 spells amongst 1st and 2nd level. And I believe you can get 2 cantrips at level 6.
Hold on. Where's the full screen? Damn it.
Don't full screen.
There we go.
I was going to say, hide your screen. So, as you all clean up, making your way down the caves.
Walking fast.
Something's gonna touch our ass.
Do-do-do-do-do-do.
We're running for our lives.
Greg's got his pants, and Greg has the piece of plate that's just hanging over his ass to protect his ass.
What an ass move of him. I see he's an ass. I see that he's an ass man.
201. God damn.
Greg is indeed an ass man. Why the fuck do you think he married a giant?
She wants to push that giant ass.
Yeah.
I wonder if they'll.
Canonically, that's how his great-grandson will be a quarter giant.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I wonder if Phil Swift likes Philly cheesesteaks.
That's a good ass question.
So
Probably they're good.
how many do I get?
7 trillion.
You get 4 total, and they can be from 1st to 2nd level. So, as you begin to venture forth amongst the area ahead of you, the area is growing very, very cold, very, very quickly. As you begin to venture forth, you come across a very large area that divides into two parts. One straight ahead and one to the right. In front of you, you see a vast amount of bones. Not so much skeletons, but just bones scattered. You see bloodstains across the ground. It's not horrible, but the blood's been here for a decent amount of time, probably a few days, maybe even a week. Just coagulation, smell, and you can see your breath begin to form as you breathe.
Look at the bullets. This ain't good.
Wait. Question before we get into anything. Does Greg still have the symbols of Tyr painted on his chest and shoulder pieces?
Being it is made with charcoal, and I would imagine he hasn't polished them yet, so yes.
Alright, cool.
We better.
Greg's
It's looking like a boss arena, but
With just the two of you, a boss fight? Please.
I mean,
something's
Greg
gonna
and-
be in here.
in the mini boss, if this is a mini boss fight, Greg and Kana did kind of do all the work. Or Greg and Eustace.
If it's just gonna be the two of us, like that could be bad. So
We can make it if we try. Just two of us. I believe in the power of Greg and Kana.
So what do you wish to do from here,
Although I
boys?
am kind of what?
What do you boys wish to do?
probably make sure nothing's in here.
Go ahead and make me a perception check.
All right. Get in the Rube Goldberg machine. Oh, for heaven's sake! 7.
What's the perception?
Except, I think it's 2. Plus
Okay, so
2, so it's 9.
9. Do you want to roll 2 there, Blue?
Greg checks perception as he holds the picture of him and the barreled apple he somehow and the barrel of apples he somehow has.
You lost that,
Um,
remember?
Yeah, no, Greg somehow has a picture of it. Don't question it. Greg also has a picture of him in the 15-foot greatsword.
Because
They're
now
both-
cameras exist in this world.
He took Steam screenshots.
Yes, that's what Greg did. What is Greg's perception? Greg rolled a 3. And that's including my perception. He's too enthralled by the picture of him in the barrel of apples and him in the 15-foot greatsword.
Pun
He has
intended.
both of them.
Pun intended. This place is bone dry.
He has both of them in front of his face.
Hey guys, look what I did!
Also, Greg still currently has his samurai helmet on unless Dagon's already repaired the family helmet.
Nope. He has not started on it, actually. So as of right now, it is currently in your knapsack, just crushed like a tin can.
I thought at the end of last session we asked Dagon and Greg handed it to Dagon.
You did. And then he put it back because he got too involved with knitting. Using intestines.
Dagon.
And you just see
60.
you just see his head poke out of the flask like something out of Looney Tunes. What do you want?
can you fix this, please?
I mean,
Greg's holding the hat.
and he grabs it like it's a cookie out of the Subway tray and just, like, struggles to, like, pull it back into the flask before he just crushes it more and just, into a small ball and just rips it into the flask.
I
Knowing
will
him-
kill a god if I have to use this.
Knowing him, he'll probably fix it.
He damaged it more, taking it in.
Trust me, he knows what he's doing.
Okay, got my spell.
So,
You're lucky,
you
you're
are...
lucky that
Greg,
thing
What do you...
comes out.
Greg's gonna walk over to the corner and piss because Greg probably needs a piss.
So he walks over to the corner and just whips his dick out and takes a piss right on the rocks. Eustace, what are you doing?
Well, for one, I'm hoping there's like, I know you said there's nothing around, but let's hope that doesn't raise any like any spirits who are going to be pissed off and pissed on. So I am.
We can take
I
it.
am going to. Let's see. First, I'm gonna have to see like what do these people die from?
Most of them appear to be of different various ways. Some of them you can put context clues together that it was just rockfall and unfortunate natural events. Some of them you can't really tell because you just see parts of femurs and leg bones, and even a few just random hips or rib cages just laying around. Most of the remains are just completely random parts of a skeleton, and you have yet to find a entire skeleton intact, let alone around each other.
Greg turns his head and shouts at Eustace. They probably died of the monster Luigi spot or the Lichison and were torn apart by monster and daughters we just killed.
Well, it's certainly cold in here, so we must be getting close to Cocytus.
So, in your surprise, Greg, as you piss, as soon as it makes contact with the rocks, it instantly, like, freezes. So now
Does
you
it
just
freeze all the way back up the stream?
No, but it's as soon as it makes contact with the rock. And eventually you just have a piss icicle off of one of the rocks.
Yeah.
We must be close
Well,
to
not the
the.
first time this has happened.
We must be close to Cocytus for this to be the case.
What the hell is Cocytus? I thought hell was supposed to be called on the last level where the worst sinners were.
Exactly, that's Cocytus.
Dude, hold on. Hold on while I Google Dante's Inferno.
Alright, so what do you
Yes,
guys...
Greg has somehow read Dante's Inferno.
So, how do you... What do you guys want to do from here?
Well,
Well,
first off, we're talking about the last levels of hell in two different forms.
I think it's yeah. No wait, Cocytus is the river that flows in the underworld.
I thought that was the river Styx.
There are multiple rivers in the underworld.
Are we talking Greek underworld?
Yes, Crete. There are multiple rivers. There's Styx, Lethe, Cocytus.
Don't they all merge into one?
Although it turns out that I'm also right in the fact that Cocytus is also. It's like it's like Hades. Hades. It Styx, Philagathon, Lethe, and Acheron and Cocytus.
Someone made an album about. I thought the last level of hell was treason, not Cocytus. What is Cocytus?
Oh no, I'm right. In the first cantica of Dante's Divine Comedy, Cocytus is the ninth and lowest circle.
Which you guys are on the level of the underworld that is above any of the 9 hells. You are in the
So we're in limbo?
You are in the level of judgment.
So we're actually getting close to King Minos, just like I thought.
Like, the entire time that you guys have been in the underworld, you are in the layer that is below the Underdark, but above the 9 hells. You are in the layer of
we're
judgment.
literally in limbo.
No, you are in the layer of judgment because it goes celestial realm or the heavens, mortal realm, Underdark, underworld, hell.
So
Okay,
we're
but limbo is the realm of judgment.
Noted. I've always been told that in D&D terms, limbo is usually also another term for the void.
Well,
So-
in actual terms, not the void. Limbo, in most places, is the place where souls wait to be judged, or where they linger around forever if they haven't received their specific religious thingamabobbers needed to transcend to their heaven or to be sent to their hell.
Basically,
like if you're not
yes.
if you're not a sinner, but say you don't receive whatever the fuck of last rites or whatever, you're stuck in limbo. If you'd
Then yes, you guys are currently
Then-
in limbo as actual mortals. Amongst, at this point, you're probably looking at about 52,000 soldiers left alive.
we're getting close to King
So
Minos.
just like
We can
Dante.
probably see if we can find him.
except we're not going to save one of us as wives, and the other is just the best friend that tagged along.
We need to find King Minos because he might know where to go.
I'm pretty sure we are a long way off finding this King Minos.
Not quite. He's in the part of judgment. He's the one that guards the area to hell proper. Anyway,
Maybe we should have marched through Physical Gate. Doesn't he sit not too far from that?
well, he sits in front of the gateway to hell proper, as in like he's the one who judges whether dead souls get sent to what level of hell.
Yeah, but Gate of Hell proper has physical location. I know.
Yes, but
I've been there. It was not
if-
fun.
You're just gonna see Dagon's head pop out of the flask. Ew, Greg, you got wax.
Maybe.
I mean, you do have a polishing
Greg
kit.
reaches in. What?
You do have a polishing kit.
Is that in the Smith's tools?
It wouldn't be in the smith tools, but it would work with the other polishing parts of the smithing tool.
Alright, noted. I have a polishing kit that's never been in my backpack. Greg's just been using a rag.
That usually just involves wax, polish, Usually some form of like metal cleaner.
So I guess Greg has a polishing kit then.
Dagon's just gonna like pull himself out of the flask. Like this is some Looney Tune shit. Like his whole body is fitting into something the size of a $50, but yet he's managing this as he grabs a hold of the kit and just like bear hugs it and just like a genie back into the lamp, just sucks himself back into the flask.
I was about to say that, just saying, I got like infinite cosmic power, itty bitty living space.
It's like that's the part of being a god. Phenomenal cosmic power. Itty bitty living space.
R.I.P. Robert Williams, the best genie.
So
That's
anyway, at this
comedian.
point, which way you guys going? Straight or to the right?
Well, logically, the most obvious path goes to the right. That just screams the way.
Greg casually takes a Polaroid picture of him and Kana.
Swing, do we have cameras in the underworld?
Good Grand Canyon here.
Since when do we have cameras in the underworld?
You see
Exactly.
Greg with his son? That is where I killed Nightwalker. That is where Golurk almost got killed by Nightwalker. That is thing that we saw after Nightwalker. This is me taking piss. And you just flip through a photo album.
If Greg lives, Greg somehow Greg found a magic artifact on one of his adventures. It's one of those instant development Polaroids, and he found like he found millions of years worth of film, so thousands of generations.
That is me taking piss. This is me. It's like the fucking it's like Gru from Despicable Me.
Yeah. Look what I posted in campaign conversation, because this is me right now.
Fucking Mike Myers.
Yeah, Greg just don't question it. Greg just has a Polaroid camera.
Yeah, that's me seeing that happen right now. Just being like,
Greg showed it. Greg found this when he was 15, by the way. He showed it to the alchemist. He showed it to his family friend, who is fucking old as shit. Shut the fuck up. His family friend was confused. He doesn't understand how it works. And he tried to get Greg to give it to him, but Greg refused. Greg just has a Polaroid camera.
Jokingly and figuratively, yes, but literally, no. Yeah, this is all for shits and giggles at this point.
I mean, we said Greg has had Polaroid pictures.
I was meaning as just going along with it, shits and giggles, but
I think it kind of be funnier if somehow he did just have a Polaroid camera.
worst part about that is the closest thing to that would be some sort of form of magic. At least in this particular time period.
Like, it be some sort of magic artifact that everyone's super confused by.
The multiverse of the Call of Cthulhu realm is leaking in. The far realm worlds are leaking in.
Technically,
Dagon's already here.
Well, technically, yeah, in this realm you can have, but but if he wants to, he can have a forward camera because remember what me and you seen during the homebrew thing? We seen fucking Yoshi.
We don't talk about that. And literally under the homebrew list of beast-based creatures, Blue Yoshi was one of them.
As a hostile, including Cincino.
Cinchino. Which was the one little,
Chinchilla.
the chinchilla Pokemon. Alright, so
Yeah,
are we going to the right?
Yeah, we're going to the right.
So as you make your way towards the right, just at the entrance, you see a decent-sized bloodstain and almost like something massive was drug in or a lot of bodies was drug in, but that appears to be the oldest bloodstain of the entire room.
Looks like more blood than Golok has, right?
You then venture in to the room on the right.
Ready?
We walk
Ready?
into a boss fight, the whole party gets replaced.
Next thing, like it's funny you were mentioning Despicable Me, because there's a monster that's actually a Gru.
As you begin to walk forward, you come across a decently sized. I grabbed the wrong two. You know,
Hey,
as you walk through, the blood immediately just disappears, as it was only in the front entrance. As in front of you, you have a decently sized holy pool that what it appears to be. More like a hot spring type, but it's flowing from a top source of water. That water falls onto a rock, that water falls into this massive water pile with several frost fern bushes sprouting from the ground around it. As you just hear the gentle rush of water just pouring into this.
okay. So to tell this is the kind of thing that would have special properties.
This is kind of thing we wait till we have more people. Every time we find something nice like this, we almost die.
Well, you want to send Dagon in because he can swim?
No, I do not want to anger man who's supposed to be fixing family helmet.
You just see a thumbs up just sprout from the flask.
Wise choice.
Basically. Never disturb
I
a
don't
man in
think
his
I
work.
I don't think I would even jokingly suggest Golak to go in here, even if we had clerics.
Or what do we do? Because, like, you know what? Let me try something.
Greg grabs an apple.
I go over and dip the tip of the cutlass into the water.
Why didn't you have Greg use a mending greatsword? If it's acid, you just lost part of your cutlass.
As you dip your cutlass into the water, it forms ripples.
Seems okay. If it were like liquid nitrogen or something, it would have froze.
Hold on. Greg takes a bite out of the apple.
Okay. You take a bite out of the apple.
Greg takes a second bite out of the apple.
You are currently eating an apple.
He tosses the partially eaten apple into the water.
It floats.
Choose it.
This was waste of apple.
You could always go and get it.
Damn. Apple is soggy. I do not want to get it. Shut up, disembodied voice. Greg here. Greg canonically hears the DM. Greg might be as
It's
crazy
like
as
the
his
fucking
father.
Call
He
of.
just-
I literally just thought of fucking Nikolai from Call of Duty. He's like, "Thank you, disembodied girl voice."
By the way, Greg's voice is partially based on Gru in Heavy.
So Russians got it.
Well, no, technically Gru's not Russian.
Let's see that.
Also, Gru's accent is technically just general Eastern European, which all kind of sound like Russian because they all speak some form, or a lot of them speak some form of Cyrillic.
He has a Russian accent.
Gru's accent may supposed to be Russian, but Gru himself is not Russian if you look at his heritage.
Yeah, I know that, but we're talking about like how he speaks. Both of them speak like kind of a Russian accent.
Well, Heavy 100% has a Russian accent. If you can call what Steve Carell's doing not just general Eastern European accent, then yes, he has a Russian accent. And what I've been doing is sort of just big, burly Soviet man voice because that's what I think Greg would sound like. Despite the fact that he and his family are probably from a place the exact opposite of Russia.
Damn communist China.
No.
Hey, careful
mean,
with
like-
that. You're live on YouTube. You might get us banned.
I mean geography-wise. I mean, you've already been DMCA'd because I sang just the two of us as Greg for a second.
Guess what? I haven't been DMCA'd at all whatsoever, so we good. Because I am literally playing video game music in around intros.
Oh yeah, that's right. We probably don't have enough people watching to get DMCA'd.
Nope.
Yeah, but you still gotta watch what you say.
So you dip, as of what you guys can see right now, this is just your average everyday water.
Greg's going to give it one last test.
Okay?
Greg takes the tip of his pinky and puts it in the water.
Your pinky is now wet.
I am immediately going to take one of my empty flasks because I have a lot of those, and get some of the water in there, and then stuff it in the flask. Like,
You now have a flask of water.
yeah, you know what I'm thinking.
Holy water?
No, I'm gonna make another potion. I just need a liquid as a base.
I see.
But yeah. So now what do we do? You think there's a passage behind that waterfall?
You could always turn back the way you came.
We could also clean up.
What? Take a bath in the sacred pool or something?
I don't think it's sacred. And if it is, being slightly wet with holy water, probably not a bad idea. Also, we are covered in blood.
Are we literally about to take a bath?
I was more just suggesting washing of clothes. Or armor in my case. Well, bathe is your choice. But I have barely broken sweat. Also, probably not a good idea to actually bathe while in Underworld in case of demons.
Exactly, and besides,
But washing armor and clothes, probably not so bad idea. Demons do not typically smell of blood, at least ones that I have met. Unless they are covered in blood, then they smell of blood.
I'm surprised Dagon doesn't want to get in the water. You'd think with the fact that he's been cooped up in that flask the whole time, he would enjoy a little.
I'm pretty sure Flask is far bigger on the inside. Lord Dagon is merely somehow hearing us through Flask, but not physically in Flask. Gods are strange like that. Especially John. He
Well.
weird god. That may have just been drug trip when I was young.
You should see like the Hardy's Dionysus throws.
So, you guys doing anything with this particular pool of water?
No, I mean, like it's up to
Does Greg
Greg.
I'm gonna see if I have anything that would contain any empty containers. Would the adventure pack have any bottles or anything in it?
Let's take a look. Doo-dee-doo-dee-doo. Adventure edition. The Explorer's Pack comes with a bed pack, a bedroll, a mess kit, a tinder box, 10 torches, 10 days worth of rations, a water skin, and 50 feet of hempen rope.
So that's like what? So water skins are essentially what cowboys used.
Yeah. It's like a big ass thing
For me,
made
the
of
cantina.
usually some sort of like cowhide sewn into a decent sized container, like the size of a watermelon, that can be flattened or puffed out when completely filled with water.
Knowing Greg's family, it's probably made of Karask hide.
To give more context, it's basically what the cowboys used to put gunpowder in.
I don't know about gunpowder, but I do know it was usually held with water.
Greg, I guess, will refill his.
Alright, so you now have a water skin full of water. You can add that to your inventory. I'm going to have you both roll me a perception check.
All right. 16, which would actually be 18.
Okay.
I rolled a 14 with adding my perception.
That's with mods.
Yep.
So you both would, right behind you, as you're finished putting your water skin back into your bag, the sound of a couple, like, rocks or pebbles that just been, like, lightly kicked. So you would hear the stone, like, grazing against the stone.
Which one of us took Golark's sword?
Huh? I believe it was you,
Did
because
either
you
of
were
us
the one
take-
who polished it. This is
Okay,
filthy! Look at this thing!
Greg's gonna spin around and throw Golark's short sword like it's a throwing knife.
Go ahead and make me a ranged attack roll, which would be an attack roll plus your dexterity, and then +1 due to being well fed.
Something tells me there's a polecat in the hen house.
Greg rolls a 5.
So as you spin around, you completely just mindlessly throw it as if you were trying to scare something away. And you quite literally did, as you managed to catch some sort of tannish colored something run off back the way you came.
What was that?
Don't know. Greg unsheathes one of his great swords.
I'm assuming you want to
Let's
find out.
find out. Yes.
All right. I'm readying my sword myself. Not to swing it, but to cast spells from it.
Greg picks up Golar's great sword on the way out.
Okay.
Extreme close up. Whoa.
Apparently. Threw me for a loop. I thought I was falling through the table.
That's what I was thinking. Like, oh.
So you guys
And now I just have the song falling in reverse.
No, that's a band.
All right. Let's
No,
check
I'm
out.
pretty sure there's a song in red versus blue called Falling in Reverse.
Okay. So
Alright.
as
Probably
you guys,
named after the band.
so as you guys walk through the entrance, you're not sure what it is, but you can see a light tan-ish outline of something. And it's got 4 legs. As you manage to just clip a sight of it running off this way.
Do we follow
Better
it?
not be crap.
Do
Whatever
we
it-
follow it? Or
Whatever it is, you scared it off and it's running.
You want to go after this thing?
Yet could be more food to eat.
Yeah. All right. Let's follow where it went.
So, as you follow it out that way, I'm going to pull up the next map, and I'm going to need you both to make me a perception check once more.
Good boy.
Yo, I got 15. That's with mods.
Also 15, so 17.
What the hell's the map I just made?
So when will Golar's new character be joining us? Next session?
It'll be this session. Give me a sec. I gotta find the map I'm trying to use for this area.
Alright.
Oh, here it is. It's right at the bottom, right in front of my face. So, as the place that you are running to, it's almost like you just passed through a Minecraft biomes, as the area immediately starts to heat up in a way that gives a gentle, warm feeling of just what you would assume to be some sort of forest. As you watch as this thing is now trailing off into the distance, you see him as you enter this new area
running off this way. And you can make out this thing is running on all fours and has a decent-sized tail with a white head.
Do we like? Would I be able to identify this, being a seafarer and having seen things?
Would Greg
What?
be able to identify?
From what you've both seen on your travels, it looks familiar in terms of bestial form, but you can't quite put your finger on it just yet.
Also, how old is Kana, by the way?
Kana or Eustace?
Eustace, sorry.
He's not middle aged, but he's old enough.
So he's not 40.
No.
Greg is the oldest member of the party. Well, I guess that makes sense why he's the one has the highest wisdom, I think. At least other than Mania.
You guys wish to keep following this thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
So as
We're
you
keeping an eye.
continue to fall around it, you begin to pass what looks to be decent-sized trees completely made of thorn vines. As the area gets a bit more of a thick smell, almost like you're beginning to walk through smoke, but the air is very much clear. As you
When
both...
you said thick, the first thing that came to mind was in Greg's voice. When does the air smell like... Or when does the air smell like ass?
The air is thick like Nano's toenail.
The air is thick. But not in the
Much
good
like
way.
my wife.
No, not in the good way, so not like his wife.
And as you both get around to this point, you both hear something get cut. As you both look down to your feet, you have both just stepped on a tripwire and immediately are hoisted up in the air in a decent-sized net.
And okay, immediately use our swords to cut us free.
Greg uses Golark's short sword because I... Actually, no, he's holding one of his great swords, so he uses that one first.
So as you begin to take your sword out and just go to cut and cut and cut and cut, you can hear the sounds of it cutting, but you're seeing no progress being made. As the more you move around, the tighter the net gets and the smaller it gets. Immediately, as you're both upside down in a bit of a swing, you can see a decent-sized number, maybe several dozen, of imps and a couple pit fiends gather around you before just straight clocking your lights out and picking you up off of the net. And the last thing you see, Eustace, before you get your lights completely just clocked up by a pit fiend, is a closer look at what that gold thing is. That's a griffin.
That's holy. What does that do here?
As both your sights suddenly grow dark.
That's a griffin. What is that doing here?
I need to start making my warlock.
I know. As you both, maybe after several hours, you wake up. with a decent-sized fire in front of you. And in front of you, as well, is an individual wearing what looks to be some sort of wolf pelt with the head over his head. The wolf head over his head as like a hat, and the pelt just being a cape.
Did Zestin just make a stronger barbarian just because he was tired of not dealing damage?
No. He's a totally different right class.
I know that pelts are traditional of berserkers.
Which I believe would be a barbarian, right? Also Native American.
Yeah, but like
What?
in Norse mythology, that like it was a popular trait for berserkers to don the pelts of animals because they believed that by doing so they would gain the ferocity of their traits and characteristics.
It ain't no barbarian, it ain't no berserker, I'll tell you that.
I'm trying to remember what class is capable
Well,
of all.
leave a ranger for that would leave a ranger maybe.
Is Golek a ranger?
As you see in front of you, he looks to be rather on the pale side, and sitting in a bone-based throne with one of his ankles sitting on his opposite knee, and sitting in a rather just taunting position.
I'm literally doing it right now.
As the griffin, you see just straight hop up on top of the cliff and just rub its beak up against his leg as he just sits like a dog next to him.
We still have all our gear.
Your gear is set aside and your wrists are tied behind your back.
Is Greg still in his armor?
He is not. That is a very good
How
question
the fuck did I
to
get
you.
it up? And
I was gonna say that would also be a very good question for you to ask. How the hell did they?
because we've established that his samurai armor is very hard to take off. Unless you're Greg.
Where's Dagon?
Or just generally wearing it. Alright, because Greg is Greg, this is happening.
Shouldn't we probably
Greg's gonna
ask
break the ropes on his wrist.
Go ahead and make
Shouldn't
me
we
a
ask-
strength check with disadvantage.
That's a 20.
Roll again.
I guess not.
Alright, that's how this advantage works.
Well, I guess we're not going to ask friend or foe.
Oh, wait, I add my actual strength, or my strength bonus, right?
No. With the disadvantage, you roll 2 dice and you take the lesser one.
And then you do add
Yes,
and then you do add.
Okay.
Okay.
That.
Give me a second.
Yep, that's a ranger.
Okay. So... Okay, 5 plus...
I'll wait till he's done, so I can say my thing.
Yeah,
Alright, so I'm pretty sure I have rolled a 27 and a 22,
What was your lowest roll?
a 15, plus 7 strength modifier.
16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Okay. So as you go to like snap your wrists apart, it almost feels like slime. Because your wrists do come apart and then they snap back together and lock in place even harder.
You can try all you want. They ain't coming off.
It's okay.
I'm going to.
I
I'm
think
going to.
much harder than I punch.
I'm going to handle this with diplomacy. Friend or foe?
I may be a friend, I may be a foe. That's for you to decide.
Well, seeing as how we don't,
I love that line.
He's clearly full. He's tied us up.
he could have tied us up because he thought we were a threat. We prove we're not a threat, then maybe he won't do anything harmful with us.
And
Question is,
conveniently, just as you say that and you're looking over to Greg to communicate, you notice that quite literally all of the imps and pit fiends that you had just been tied up from are just lined up like some sort of summoning ritual around you.
Gork's
Something-
character. Fucking, he can control demons.
So something tells me that we're dealing with an advanced tribe here, who is
I like
protecting.
how. Sorry, I like how his character can control demons, but the alchemist character I was gonna make couldn't be a grenadier, can't make explosives, not allowed.
Well,
Despite the fact that
who said he's in
the
control?
explosive. What?
Who said he's in control?
The fact that our characters aren't dead and the demons are lined up around his general camp area indicates that he has some level of control.
This is a tribe, from what I'm gathering, and he's the leader.
You can say that I am the leader, but this ain't no tribe.
No. These are clearly his slaves.
And back to what you said before. I may have tied you up, I may have not. Maybe one of my friends over here tied you up. But I have to ask you. And then he gets up in a more not concerned, but more upward approach. What are you guys doing down here?
Should we tell him? Because the last time we told him what we were doing, that didn't go so well, and I'm kind of...
We are looking for your mother.
The new character felt provoked and fish slaps Greg.
Okay.
Greg
does not flinch.
You don't flinch, but you do take a singular point of slap damage.
Forgive my comrade, he is very brazen.
I can see that.
I'm a bit more diplomatic and willing to understand a few things. So, our reason for being here is simple, provided that the reasoning does not make you attack us immediately. We're after a certain powerful overlord who has been causing a lot of problems here. We need to take him out.
You're looking for Drakish, I'm assuming.
Yeah, we've
Just a
been
quick question.
dispatch.
Sorry.
And then after knowing that, our new character, I ain't gonna say him yet, he'll tell his name later on, but my new character looks at the imps, snaps his finger, and tells them to untie them.
So one of the bigger pit fiends is going to just like almost like a god damn it, we just got them tied up type, just shaking his head as he's walking. And he takes two of his talons and just like actual slime just rips them apart. And then goes back in line. And as he's back in line, he gets into this little position, he just kind of stomps his foot like an angry child.
I heard that if you want to do that again, you'll be fed to the fishes.
Dagon's just gonna poke his head out. Fish? Where? Where?
Oh, who's this strange fellow?
Oh shit! And he's just gonna poke his head back into the flask.
City's God on our side. Whether he is good God or bad God is up for you to decide. The jury is still out for me.
He is without question a god, but his temperament is deciding of his actions.
Let me guess. Dagon's the name.
The God? No. Wait. Did you say
Dagon?
Dagon?
I said, let me guess, Dagon's the name.
Yes.
For some reason,
that
I thought you said Drac.
Dagon, yes.
Right.
He will. He's helping us along the way. He's been a great help to us the whole time.
Not a free will!
Hey, Pyro.
Yes.
We're past Roman age of technology, right?
You would be more so in the Bronze Age-ish.
Oh, fun! Because you know what's in the Bronze Age, Pyro?
Oh, fuck me.
You know what the Romans had, Pyro?
Trebuchets?
I know what you're
Fucking
you're
Greek
talking about.
ad.
What?
He's talking about Greek fire. Like it's like a thing that.
No,
should
I was
be-
gonna make a point that both had actual decent explosives. In fact, better explosives than the Middle Age had.
Are you talking about like that scene in 300 where those not wizards were throwing shrapnel grenades?
Yeah, because the Romans actually did invent the frag grenade well before we did.
The closest thing to a frag grenade in this particular timeline of my world is literally like gunpowder version of a Molotov.
Which is what I use.
Right.
Yeah, which is partially. I'm partially annoyed because we're in Bronze Age times, but yet I can't make that alchemist a grenadier.
Not in the terms of, if you want to make him a grenadier using the flasks explosive that we've already been using, sure. But in terms of actual fucking, like, mass explosions, or just straight TNT, no.
Yeah, like my
To be
gunpowder.
fair, alchemists were considered to be inventors, so it would make sense for him to have something slightly ahead of his time, but not ridiculously ahead of his time, such as a slightly better grenades or slightly better bombs, but not like leagues better.
I mean, you can make him with either a bigger blast radius or a little bit more of an oomph. But topic for another time. You currently have this individual that is rather on the pale side and is wearing a wolf pelt as a hood and a cloak that apparently has a pet griffin.
So where'd you get Ken Griffey Jr. here?
Oh, you mean Coco?
What is that reference?
And then
What?
okay, let's restart that. Oh, you mean Coco? And then he digs into his pocket, and then he whistles, Coco, cookie.
And you just see him trotting and just nips the cookie out of his hand.
This fella's Coco. I found him while venturing here. By the looks of it, it could be someone's owner or someone's pet.
A griffin is a very rare beast to be seen down here.
That's what I thought at first. By the way, where are my madness? Name's Cynthius. And for you, and as you know, that's Coco. But to your previous, but back to the point where I was. If you asked me if I was a friend or foe, I am a friend. I used to be one of the other parties that came through the wormholes, but unfortunately, I lost him, or they all died. And all the imps and pet things you see around me, you could say they're somewhat under my control, but not entirely. And I'm also down here to fight dragons as well. As I recall, there used to be 4 of you, and I only see 2 of you.
Well, one of our compatriots we had to send to help out with a rescue mission, basically escorting a very timid, very in need of safety elf girl to a much safer location. Our other compatriot has gone off on his own somewhere. Who knows where? I don't. And lastly, we had a cleric with us who had just recently joined. Where they went is also anyone's guess. So right now, it's just us.
That's a shame. The one that wandered off on his own ain't gonna last. I'm sorry to tell you that. He's gone for now. You may not even return.
With the potion he pilfered, that's not going to be a problem. That was an adult blue dragon potion that he just took. We'll know if we start seeing any lightning about.
Speak of the devil, there's one now.
An adult blue dragon. I haven't seen them since when I was back at my place.
Yeah, and they're fearsome, so that's why I chose that as a polymorph, because that would cause so much more damage than what he was like.
So I may recall by your talk, you're a wizard.
Indeed. Though,
and brackish idiot here might be a fighter. What's that, Coco?
Yeah. He's just gonna tilt his head like a fighter?
Yes, my compatriot here is indeed a fighter. Though
I am not a fighter. I am a member of the Grimmbard family. Hold on, wait, where are orcs from?
Orcs usually originate from Faerun. And sometimes What's up?
Is Faerun the one that's basically Norway?
They have portions that are like Norway.
Basically Norway.
It's mostly plains with patches of forest and a good chunk of it just being pure ice and snow.
And mountains.
And mountains.
And Leif Eric.
Norway. It's giant Norway.
If Norway was the size of Africa.
Yeah, I said giant Norway.
Today.
Oh, it makes perfect sense that I have Nordic Great Halls then. It's like my favorite.
I bless the rains down in Norway.
Let's not question like Greg sounds Russian, but it's from Norway. I don't know what a Norwegian accent sounds like.
I don't think we want to know at this point.
Yeah.
I am
Look,
Grog Grimbud the Fourth, one of the greatest fighters in all of Faerun. From a family that is the greatest fighter in all of Faerun's history, Grog the Noble, fourth member of Grimbad family to wear the helm of my family and use these great swords to bring justice from here.
I don't recall the name, but if they act as brackish as you, I feel sorry for that family.
Captain Eustace Darkwater, harbor master and seafarer. You probably heard of me as a pirate, but those days are long past.
A pirate of anime.
Okay, before I continue with him, I told you I was gonna put his cocky ass down a notch.
That's not. You're trying to humble him, and you're just insulting him.
Greg pulls Eustace aside. Like, he grabs Eustace's shoulder, puts his hand in front of his mouth. Eustace. If we get into a big fight, I may put this man in front of something dangerous.
Eustace, when he turns around, let's stab him.
He says this quietly. Eustace, I may kill all his imps in pit fiends, and then impale him on their horns. It may be Griffin. It is annoying.
But pleasures are
Greg
mine.
whispers that.
But
So
pleasures are all mine, Eustace. And I've heard about you, and I can tell you right now, your name will go down in history as one of the greatest salesmen, adventurers.
Now I'm just picturing Eustace going around selling fucking family Bibles door to door because he said salesman. Sailor.
Sailor.
I'm sorry, that just I couldn't help it.
That's fine. That's fine.
It's just you got this fucking pirate dude with a literal god going door to door selling fucking Girl Scout cookies.
That's fine. Sailor. But back to you. I heard what you said. I wouldn't even dare it.
Trust me, I have a code that no man gets left behind. It's a captain code.
And I worship that code.
We have definitely left Golak and Mania behind. For all we know, they went up to piss, and we just left.
They chose to go out on their own. I can't fault them for making their own decisions.
It just
However,
went to piss away from camp. Golak could have went for piss, and we could have left Golak.
Go on back. Go on back. I can't. Okay, I'm never. Do it.
Meanwhile,
Meanwhile,
probably wreaking havoc with the potion that he took by turning into an adulterated dragon and just
No. That
He's having a field day.
I can tell you right now, he ain't doing that right now. That is later on down the line. But it's just like like, okay, I'm back. God damn it, not again.
Trust me, you're gonna want to save that potion if you get a chance, because when you finally use that thing, you're gonna be raining down the fire.
Like I be raining down lightning.
I already told her DM how I'm gonna do it. It's already been set in stone. But
You would bring the pain with that, because that form
continue.
is way better than the adult Dawn Dragon that you were last time. This,
Roughly?
you want to know what that does? I'll send it to you.
Yeah, because like I said, I already told our DM how I'm gonna do it. It's set in stone. So, but back at Cynthia's. Yeah. You guys look hungry. You guys want something?
Just a question. Roughly, how many sessions will it be before Golark returns?
Yes.
So
I'll
we're
just
kind of stuck.
Yes, I'll just give you a hint. He ain't returning at the very end. That's for damn sure.
Man, Blue's like, damn, I'm stuck with this asshole now.
Yes. What is this character's strength? Because I'm assuming Rangers have higher dexterity than strength, right?
16 strength, 14 dexterity, 14 con, 15 intelligence, 13 wisdom, 12 charisma.
There's your stats for the blue dragon. I posted it to the DM so we can look upon the horrors that will be unleashed.
I love. Wait, how many wisdom?
13.
Pyro,
Rangers.
Hold on, Kana. Pyro,
Sorry.
is it wisdom or intelligence that expresses the actual intelligence of the character?
Intelligence is knowing that a tomato is a fruit. Wisdom is knowing it does not belong in a fruit salad.
Also, what is your strength modifier?
+3.
Greg is still strong.
Not strong, hey, maybe stronger, but Rangers can usually outpace you. I've literally seen Rangers run circles around fighters.
There is a story that circles on all things D&D about a ranger who single-handedly ended an army.
Yeah, I witnessed that.
But,
so Rangers are nothing to scoff at.
No, I'm not saying. I just know that he's talking about his character going to shut my character up. And I just know that he made this character entirely because he's mad about my ridiculous roles. I'm surprised Pyro hasn't just thrown out a Tarask or an Aboleth at us to get rid of Greg.
No.
An Aboleth is from the far realm. If you encounter anything from the far realm...
Okay, I'll tell you this. By my words of dumbing you down a bit, it's not by brute force. It's by intelligence and knowing what you're hitting.
Hey,
Wait, what's Eustace's intelligence?
Cynthia's, was it?
Yes.
Wait. Don't gloss over that. What is Eustace's intelligence?
I smirked.
Oh, yeah, mine. That would be... let me check here. My intelligence would be 12 plus 1.
I like how our fighter is slightly smarter than the wizard. But then again, I'm also older than the wizard.
What is your intelligence?
Mine is 13. My wisdom and my intelligence are both 13.
Well, me and you have the same wisdom, but I have a 15 intelligence. I'm smarter than y'all.
Greg has a +4 in wisdom, so he's more... He has more... How old is your character?
He's not old, and he's not young, so I'll say mid-30s.
Greg is still the oldest member of the party. Was Greg older than Rice?
No, Ryth was in his late 50s.
Okay, so Greg has not been the oldest member. Now I want to know how old Mania is.
But okay, so
Young, very young.
Kana, what did you wanted to say was about Cynthia's?
You have a bow and arrow, correct?
Correct, and I also have a double pair of daggers.
How skilled are you with that bow and arrow?
Pretty precisely, I could say I could probably go right behind you guys and definitely hit a bullseye from say 600 yards.
If you'll allow me the
opportunity you have.
if you'll allow me the opportunity to work with you, I'm pretty sure we can come up with some devastating combos.
Like this, I like the sound of that.
Just Greg's side comment, like, what the fuck bow do you have?
Well, for example,
I'm pretty sure even a longbow, like a normal human-sized longbow, not that two-person bullshit, could only go a maximum of like 200 meters.
That's meters, not yards.
But
A meter is slightly shorter than a yard.
But, however, I'm going to need a few things if we're going to do this. And luckily, the amount of workers you have on your side can help with this. And they will be compensated handsomely.
I'm listening, but we could talk about that after we eat. Like I said, you guys hungry?
Yes, it would be nice to eat
Are you
something.
just giving us our own rations?
No. I know how to cook a mean roasted. Okay, so let's see this, because I know he has rations of his own, but I'm trying to figure out what he would bring down into there.
As you just see Coco with his beak just halfway into his pocket.
We would probably be eating something native to hell.
No. This... I have friends that not friends, as you can see, but I'm not no cannibal. But, let's see. Hunt. Let's see. Let me see if inventory. Ooh, okay, I got it. I can make a...
There are many species, including animals, among the creatures of hell. Therefore, not cannibalism.
Look, but I just looked at my thing. I have it. Okay, let's... I can make a mean roasted firefox.
Who did you roast the website?
Hmm?
She said a mean roasted firefox.
Not that kind of firefox.
Ironically enough, he made that joke as well.
Who else made the joke?
Stetson.
I did.
Yeah.
Literally, because literally, one of the things in those things says I can have a trophy of whatever I killed. So we were looking at all the hostile beasts, and one of them said Firefox, and I was like, God damn it! Now Firefox is in here.
No, you know what you should have a trophy of?
What?
Yoshi.
Get out of here.
So,
Leave.
I immediately
No.
reach into my pack and I pull out a very dusty but very decadent wine bottle. And I'm like, I've been saving this for an opportunity that was necessary, and considering what we survived through, I think this is the time. This is a Chateau Lafite wine. Perfect and decadent.
Well, you guys can have that as a ranger. I cannot. I can if I want to, but my character he he won't have any wine or any alcoholic beverage just because he needs to be precise and keen. So,
Oh,
but as you do that, Cynthia turns around and starts making a campfire. Well, there already is a campfire starting or fire, and he puts the firefox on there and starts cooking and all that. Starts putting a bunch of different spices and stuff that he has in his pack and all that.
Go ahead and make me
Nice.
a survival check.
That is a 19. And where's my survival? That was +7 in wisdom since I'm an expertise. So 19 plus 7, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26.
26. So,
yeah, 26.
After
The
he's done
wine was-
cooking and he's portioned it out for the rest of you guys, homeboy knows what he's doing.
Greg, do you wish to partake in the vine?
I have my own drink. Somehow,
Blood of
like,
my enemies.
Okay,
I-
that's...
Probably, but also, hold on, I want to make a joke. Pyro, you've seen Red versus Blue, right?
Oh, yeah.
You know how Simmons can put his armor on in like 3 seconds?
Yeah.
Greg's done like the exact same thing and is now holding a 5-gallon bottle of Orcish whiskey.
Fair enough.
Okay, that should do it. Here you go, guys. I can bet you're probably really hungry from your previous fight, so dig in. And Coco? There you go. Another cookie.
And just straight chomps.
Hey,
Oh, that reminds me. And I immediately was like, Dagon, you want any of this?
Dagon drinks the whole bottle.
I was talking about the food as well.
Dagon eats all of Kana's food.
Ironically enough, you're gonna see him just his arm come out the flask, grab one of the imps, and rip him inside the flask.
I apologize for that.
That's fine. I know Dagon only eats celestial beings, infernal beings. Yeah.
Well,
So,
Wait, why do gods have to eat?
well,
what's that you said?
They said, why do gods have to eat?
he doesn't. He just enjoys it, though.
I see.
Okay, as Cynthius goes back to his phony throne. Okay, so Hana or Eustace. So you said you had something in plan? Ask away.
Yeah. I carry with me a bunch of gunpowder flasks. I kind of use them as long range ones. I wonder what would happen if we tied one to an arrow and you fired it.
Explosive tipped arrows? Jesus Christ.
If this happens, I should be able to make some very rough form of dynamite.
I am just like I thought
The
about this.
grenadier.
This one didn't take me long to think about how useful that would be.
And just okay, out of character, Kana. When I was texting you earlier about when you said how would I do this? How would I or would you like to know who it is so you can strategize? And then the text says the strategies that you make are useless. -DM You can yell at him because he told me to text that.
Yeah. Is it useless now? Is it?
No, how you would meet him, like, oh, team strategies and how we're gonna get a hold of him. No.
The second I saw that he was arranged, I knew strategy.
I was expecting that, like, because the way that you were trying to do, like, the lightning arrow or the lightning bolt or whatever the one spell was back with the Nightwalker, I was thinking, oh, we can make use of it now. But no, this motherfucker goes straight explosive tipped motherfucking arrows.
Well, yeah, because if you're gonna, because there's no kill like overkill.
Explosive arrows. I never done that. I done fire arrows, I done lightning arrows, I done poison arrows. They were my favorites. There was
There once was a man who looked to see in the name.
There was so many
It
arrows
wasn't
I've
the man,
done.
it was a shit motherfucker.
There was so many arrows that I've done, but I never done explosive arrows, so I see why not. We can try that.
Also, I have another idea, but I need the help of Squadron.
My imps and pit fiends?
Yes, you see all these brambled bushes all over the place?
Oh, you mean the deadwood trees?
Yeah, I wonder what would happen if we were to gather all the bramble, all the thorns from these trees, tie them together, and then put them in satchels.
So you're just gonna see Dagon's head poke out as he's just got a mouthful. What in the hell would that accomplish?
Well, simple. You ever seen spike strips or jacks?
Thinking more vine whips, but
Oh, motherfucker wants to lay out traps. Okay, you're going simple. Never mind, not interested. And he's just gonna go back down.
Oh, trust me, he'll like another trick that I'm learning.
I don't like anything this man comes up with. I swear I'm not here by will.
Dagon.
Oh, not this motherfucker
He's seen this
too.
criminal
What do you want?
on.
For the record, I know what that other person said about you being my Thai guy. You're definitely a pina colada guy.
What?
What?
Greg casually sat looking at a Polaroid of his wife just eating some meat.
What?
Actually, this is kind of you know, I always pegged Dagon as a mojito guy.
I can see a mojito or like just straight tequila.
Vodka.
Wait a minute. Someone put this is the wrong song. Who dubbed this poorly?
The Russians.
But okay, so I mean, we can try. The only thing I used them for was just to scratch my back when I couldn't reach it in tight places.
I feel like what we can do is, if they're good at smithy, we can actually create little shrapnel spike strips. We can actually use them as shrapnel grenades.
I'm surprised that no one caught that.
What?
What, that he uses them to scratch his back? No, that doesn't sound surprising.
Because if you guys looked, he ain't no just normal ranger.
I mean, he is
We
very,
could
very
l-
pale.
Well, he is, but Cynthius is a shifter ranger.
Ooh,
Shifter.
he's better. He's a changeling.
No, he's worse than a changeling. Changelings take their physical form and morph it into another humanoid. Motherfucker here can straight up turn into animals. Beyond his wild shape.
I was gonna say, so he's a polymorph.
He is a natural polymorph to a degree.
Also,
And
I'm
I'll just
honestly surprised he wasn't the Griffin.
And now I've got even more ideas.
and I'll
Oh,
just give you this.
no.
And I'll just give you this, Kana, so you can strategize, and also too. So to give you guys, yes, he is a shifter, but he's also one of his feats is called Beast Hide, or not Beast Hide, but what is it? Shifter.
Thought of something very stupid that DM definitely wouldn't allow if we said it out loud.
It's the best that you do so that when it comes up, I can't just go nuts. But you never know,
Yeah,
I actually might allow it.
He's a
Oh, I was
Beast
gonna
Hide.
say somehow we make a way for him to turn into a Tarrasque. You know, the entity is considered an apocalyptic event.
If he was
Yes, I am
level
a-
20... If he was level 20 as a ranger, he can by default do that in his wild shape form.
Yes, it's a Beast Hide. So he is somewhat somewhat tanky in perception of he can take damage, but he's not gonna be like barbarian tank.
Or Greg Tank.
You don't know what I'm thinking right now, but I wish you did.
But yeah. So but I was trying to say, me scratching the back. That's one of the traits of being a shifter. Is he could transform to either a bear, like you said, anything bear, whatever. So he was scratching his back like a bear.
I'm just
No,
gonna pop his head out again.
Tarrasque.
Alright, enough of the chit chat. Genuine question. How the fuck do we get out of here?
Did you say that? Because I didn't know this train far and wide.
Good, we need to fuck out of here. We've been lost here for days.
We
Yeah.
are lost.
I also pegged Dagon as a
He
Jimmy.
lost.
I also pegged Dagon as a Jimmy Buffett fan.
Okay,
Goddamn it.
I'll say this, and then I'm gonna skedaddle. So you guys are looking for the exit, huh? It's literally just right behind us, or right behind me, and then he just points to the open entrance right behind us, or me. That's where you need to go.
Would you care to join us, you and your people, your tribe?
Your people, as he points to demons.
I wouldn't say them joining, because let's just say if they see their own person getting killed, they tend to go into a maniac state of mind. So it's just gonna be me and Coco.
So I
All
can't
right.
terrorize them by just ripping the spine off this imp right in front of them. Well, that's unfortunate. As you just hear, like, bones crack, like...
You. Oh, you.
And at that point, that's where we're gonna call it for today.
By the way, I was actually thinking now that since you're a natural polymorph, I can enhance this process to make it to where you can change into much, much fiercer creatures.
Alright, I'm gonna head out. Peace. Also, he left.
You want to know what a Nelvishne is?
I know the name. I know nothing about them. It's one of those names you see flipping through the DMG.
A Nelvishne is essentially a Type 4 demon from the Abyss. It kind of looks like the beast form of Ganondorf.
Yes, okay, then yes, I have seen those.
Yeah. And they're freaking fearsome.
Yeah. Well, on that note, I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream, and I am going to go to bed because your homeboy here is tired as fuck. And
All
also,
right.
and also very hungry.
I've got a lot of planning to do. Mwahaha.
You terrify me, friend, because yes, I banned a Grenadier in the form of we're not there yet for like actual bombs and stuff like that. But you are loopholing things to give him ideas. And like, okay, what you're coming up with, if he had came up with them, yeah, I'd allow it. Because technically, that is legal. That is something he can do. That is something he is capable of doing via the tools he is given.
Yeah. Like I said, mwahaha.
Yeah.
Just wait till you see my hand.
Yeah.